Welcome back to lesson number 93. Light and joy and peace abide in me. Seated comfortably. Well, let's have the shape Lisa has here. It's Baddha Konasana. The knees are wide, the soles of the feet are together. You're sitting on your bolster. The bolster and your hips are about a palm or a hand width away from the wall. So you can lean back into the wall and you want to give your low back room to relax back into that space. And sometimes, because of the bolster and because of the way the body is patterned and held, it's 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 a challenge to get the low back to soften back that way. A lot of rigidity in that part of the body, and so we just gently encourage it whenever we can. We don't want to get obsessed about it. We just coax things along. Light and joy and peace abide in me. Lesson 93. You think you are the home of evil, darkness, and sin. You might just right away say, no, I don't. Well, if there's a reaction, then we know we're in the ego mindset. And this is what it's doing. This is what the Course does. It goes back and forth. So we need to be shown what we are not. We're so convinced that we know what's best for ourselves. We're so convinced that we know. The I know mind will get us in trouble, and we want to let go of the I know mind. I know nothing. All the way back to lesson number 1. So we'll just rest and let the darkness be pointed out. You think if anyone could see the truth about you, he would be repelled, recoiling from you as if from a poisonous snake. See, these are the private thoughts that we hold so dearly. We don't want to let them leak out because we don't want anybody to know how evil and dark and what these hidden thoughts that we keep to ourselves. Heaven forbid if anybody found out about them. The Course calls this the secret dream. This is the dream that we keep to ourselves. We give the outer world away. We give that dream away. We keep a very private, secure one that is filled with ideas of darkness. Slowly curve forward. Bring your head off the wall and let your arms help you if you need to pull yourself forward a little bit. Just slowly melt forward. Let your spine curve. Feel the hip bone roll over the head of the femur and maybe walk your hands out a little bit. Just let the shape work on the groin, the legs, the low back. So speaking to this darkness that we believe we have to protect and hold, it says these are beliefs so firmly fixed that it is difficult to help you see that they are based on nothing. Oh, you mean I've been protecting these thoughts and these dark thoughts and they're actually nothing? Wow. Let me read on. That you have made mistakes is obvious. That you have sought salvation in strange ways, have been deceived, deceiving and afraid of foolish fantasies and savage dreams, and have bowed down to idols made of dust. All this is true by what you now believe. We are all just dust in the wind. These thoughts, dust in the wind. And it says, today we question this, not from the point of view of what you think, No, the ego loves to analyze itself. It loves to sit down with a cup of coffee and get somebody else's opinion on their ego. Trade opinions, one ego to the other. That's just running on the treadmill. We want to get off the treadmill. These thoughts are not according to God's will. These weird beliefs He does not share with you. This is enough to prove that they are wrong, but you do not perceive that this is so. Yet we're attached to protecting these dark thoughts that we hold so near and so dear. Slowly raise up. Ask for a better way as you raise up. Maybe a little light comes through your eyelids. Ask for a better way. Open your heart. Spirit, help me. I want a better way. All right, now extend your legs out in front of you. It says, why would you not be overjoyed to be assured that the evil you think you did was never done? See, the veil of guilt is pulled over. The sin, the unforgivable mistakes that we think we've made in the past. It's what the Course calls, or has been called the unholy Trinity. We know the Trinity is Father, Son, and Spirit. The unholy Trinity is sin, guilt, and fear. That I sinned in the past, which creates guilt in the present moment, which will be punished in the future, which is why we tend to fear the future. Why would you not be overjoyed to be assured that all the evil that you think you did was never done, that all your sins are nothing, that you are as pure and holy as you were created, and that light and joy and peace abide in you? Your image of yourself cannot withstand the will of God. You think that this is death, but it is life. You think you are destroyed, but you are saved. This is why all forgiveness is self-forgiveness, and it's why our function here is forgiveness. I'm going to change up the shape now and put the bolster lengthwise on the bolster. Put the bolster lengthwise on your mat, that is. And then you'll sit on the front end, have plenty of space between you and the wall so you can sit back, let your spine be supported by the length of the bolster. Your head maybe a little less supported. Okay, Lisa? Knees bent, feet on the floor, arms at your sides. Pause and rest, and maybe even here. There's a dark thought that you can give away. Let's let the lid off the pressure cooker. Just let some steam out. And then move your hands up toward the ceiling. Interlock your fingers. And squeeze your hands, squeeze your fingers, squeeze the heels of the hands together, extend the elbows. Make it sustainable. Just squeeze and feel the pressure into the fingers and the hands. Let your mind rest. and then invert your hands. Let's give the darkness away. Now there's even one of the Yoga Sutras, I think it's number 35 or 34 in the first book, that says one of the helpful ways we can find peace in mind is to choose a beloved one, Jesus or Buddha, or maybe a loved one who represented pure love to you. Give the darkness away, as if having a conversation. Just give it away. It's a form of forgiveness. These are gifts. These are gifts to God. It's all God asks, is to be given the darkness, that His light may come through. That's what makes it a gift. Slowly lower your arms now overhead. Keep the elbows fairly straight. Have no agenda. And we'll just let some of the dark corners of the shoulder and the elbows and the fingers, let that come to the light too. Forget about trying to touch the floor. Let's just let the blockages come to the light. It says in paragraph 5, the self you made as an ego is not the Son of God. Therefore, this self, we could say this false self, does not exist at all. And anything it seems to do and think means nothing. It's neither good nor bad. It's neither unreal and nothing. It is unreal and nothing more than that. It does not battle with the Son of God. It does not hurt him nor attack his peace. It has not changed creation nor reduced eternal sinlessness to sin. What power can this self you made possess when it would contradict the will of God? Raise up slowly your arms. Now, speaking to the true self, this is the goal of the Course, is to know true self. Your sinlessness is guaranteed by God. We forgive away the darkness to know true innocence. True peace. Turn your palms back to face you, and then release your arms down by your sides. And extend your legs out, about mat width. And now we'll bring the arms out to the side in that T shape, palms toward the ceiling. Light and peace and joy abide in me. Your sinlessness is guaranteed by God. Over and over, this must be repeated until it is accepted. It is true. Your sinlessness is guaranteed by God. This is all God wants you to know. Nothing can touch it or change what God created as eternal. The self you made, evil and full of sin, is meaningless. It's nothing. Why would I cling to nothing, especially when it brings me harm? Your sinlessness is guaranteed by God, and light and joy and peace abide in you. Slowly turn your head to the right. Just turn, wait for the first little bit of resistance, spend a little time with it, rest again. Rest in God, perfect love. Bathe in the light of truth. In paragraph 7, it says, salvation requires the acceptance of but one thought. I'll read it again. Salvation requires the acceptance of but one thought. You are as God created you, not what you made of yourself. Light and peace and joy abide in me. My sinlessness is guaranteed by God. Arms heavy, breathe easy, rib cage and legs relaxed. Slowly make the turn through to the left. Yeah, just like a child putting away their toys. It says, put away your foolish self-images and spend the rest of the practice period in trying to experience what God has given you in place of what you have decreed for yourself. Oh my God, it's like, I have been wrong. I have been mistaken about everything. I can be so glad in that. What a joy to know that I have been mistaken. It takes a little humility, because the ego always wants to be right. Now, once I've put away the foolish self-images, once I've felt the power and the glory and the peace that comes with just accepting the idea that I've just been wrong, Spirit just rushes in. Remember, there's no neutral thoughts. See, all these lessons just build off of those first 20 foundational lessons. They're worth going back and rereading occasionally. There are no neutral thoughts. So in paragraph 9 it says, you are what God created or what you made. You can't have both. You don't want both. One self is true. The other is not there. Light and joy and peace abide in me. My sinlessness is guaranteed by God. Bring your head to the center. And your arms down by your sides. And the knees bent and the feet on the floor. Try not to interfere with the self which God created as you. Try not to interfere with the self which God created as you by hiding its majesty behind the tiny idols of evil and sinfulness you have made to replace it. Let it come into its own. Here you are. This is you. And light and joy and peace abide in you because this is so. Gently roll onto one side. And after a brief pause, push yourself up. Find a nice, easy shape to sit in. Opening the channel. Let the light in as an outer symbol. The love and the light and the peace and joy that abides in you and me and us as one. Hands to your heart. Namaste.